Hello, Digi-destined and Tamers, and welcome back to Digimobs Return to the Digital World. So, came back up here because I wanted to go ahead and update the map. Because added a little bit of light at the top so that none of the mobs that are destructive will start spawning there. And we added a little bit more on the bottom. Which the 25 ring is now built. It is now outlined. That is why it's when you go to the other side, you'll see they're up by 2 to 3 blocks. That is why, because it is right against it. I know I could have made it like one more out from it, but I'm fine with it being where it's at. So, before we get into that though, thank you to everyone that comes out and watches these videos, that watches Persona 5 Royal on Wednesdays and Digimon Story Hacker's Memory on Fridays. You guys are all awesome. To those that have been coming out and watching all of the streams in October, you guys are amazing as well. Thank you for coming out to the streams. And I wanted to go ahead and give a great shout out to the partner that I've had for quite a few videos now, Dubby, the Jitterless energy drink, with great flavors like their Blue Raz Purple Grape that is Shadow Monarch Surge, their Blue Tropical Punch Egress Strike, and of course Tiger's Blood, which from what I can tell, from what I've tasted and from what I've smelled, haven't had a full cup yet, but it smells exactly like the Tiger's Blood that we used to put on snow cones oh so much. At least the guys did. I don't know about the ladies. But if you use my promo code, or my partner code, Raviel Polliff, RAVIELPOLLIF, you get 10% off your order, and a little bit comes back to me every time. With every so often, I get some money, and all that money will be going into the channel, of course, for new art, new capture cards, potentially, maybe eventually a VTuber, full rigged VTuber model. Who knows? But, anyways, let's get on with the show of working on the base, on the mega base. So yeah, put in a few of those light sources, and as you can see, it's up a little bit on this side just so we could see where the boundaries are with the outer wall. Now, does that mean... That also means I haven't really done much in here yet for the gray concrete that I was thinking about making the inside layer. Let's see about that. It looks fine. Well, we're kind of just using it as a filler block anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and start with that today. Just kind of finishing out the inside here. And I know I'm blocking off part of the light sources. Why would I do that? Well, and I'm also not connecting up all of the things. Well, I'm basically giving a little bit of space. That way, I guess Digimon could still live inside the walls. Have a weird kind of like homey vibe to it for that. Now, of course, that also means that we don't have those lanterns that we were using, the sea lanterns. I've thought about that. We're actually going to fix that by changing where the placement of the sea lanterns was. And there we go. We've now got... Oh, well, there went the black concrete into the thing. That, and if we go on the outside, that is still working. Now, of course, that means I do believe I'm going to change these on the outside here as well. So lantern. I will also state that I don't care if I break these this way now. So they were, where were they? Okay, okay, they were in the walls of these ones. So right here. And over here. Okay, so they're right after the first. Okay, I see how to do this now to make this easier in my brain. The first down spot. And now they're all done. Well, for now at least. I will be adding more lights because I'm going to need to add more lights to make sure mobs don't get in here. But getting the Garuru part, getting this built up so that we can get the Garuru part is absolutely a trial and a half, I'll say. I'm going to go ahead and start work on the ring because well, actually, we're going to need at least one. I'm going to grab 2 more stacks of string. Said 2. And then we're going to grab some black concrete. Because as we go, we're going to grab this line right here. And we're also going to grab this line up here. Now, of course, how does that mean we're going to be doing the rest of these? Well, very, very carefully. Because, yeah, this is a bit. I'll say it's a bit odd for how we're doing stuff. But it feels also weirdly natural in a sense. And like I thought, the band does look good. It's just making the band is the. It also doesn't help that up here I'm not doing the full uh, inward spots, so my brain is like not fully working for this right now. But it's also is working for it, weirdly. Like, it's weird describing it. Because it doesn't feel like it's working, but at the same time, it does. Now, is this going to work? I have no idea. I have not tested any of this. I have just been. I am completely winging it. And so far, winging it is going surprisingly well. That's for getting in my way, Zerimon. Yeah, okay. I think it's looking good. It's looking. I will say there is a lot of string holding this up. And like I said, one rogue bucket could just bring it all down. Whew. Shh. From one, you're a mini guy, and two, you can throw that far? Good lord. I was focusing so much on the build that that actually did scare me a little bit. I shouldn't have been focusing so much. I shouldn't have been focusing so much, but at the same time, that shows you how much I'm truly focusing on this thing. If a trident throwing baby just rattles me for a second. Uh, but we've almost got the outer ring ready for at least the midsection of it. All this string actually helped make this go by a lot faster. Excuse me? Alright, so there's the outer ring done. Ugh. Now it's just mainly connecting it up to the top and connecting it up at the bottom. And don't worry, I said I was going to do something at the top. I'm probably going to make it to where it's something very obvious, so maybe... I could do half red, half blue concretes. Or half red, half purple. Kind of like me. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. But let's at least connect up these four corners. Okay, those four corners are now connected. Now they just need to be connected at the bottom half. And that is, so far, the rough draft of the base. We do need to... I will say I've already noticed some mobs down in here. Do we have any kind of torches that could stop that? No, we don't. Unlike last time, but... I mean, if I take off my night vision and let it actually, you know, decay, I might be able to see in here and see where I could potentially use some light sources. Well, once it's nighttime. For now, the night vision's not really doing any harm. It's mainly just building up the base still. We might go on a search for the partner again in between base build sessions. Because with all the building I've been wanting to do, getting this done like I'm doing right now feels kind of nice. And I know I still have the bosses of the Aether to deal with, but I was wanting our true partner to join us on that one. So it's the only reason I haven't really gone towards that area yet. And there we go. The inner wall is complete. Now, of course, like I said, I gotta take off the night vision so I can see and light this up a bit in here. Okay. So wait a minute. Okay, I think that one's matched up. Oh, I think that one's still one too high. Because when I'm looking at this, what am I standing at? I'm standing on 55, and that's at my feet. Yep, still one too high. I didn't push it far enough in either. Alright, there. So now it is pushed far enough in that there is light for part of it. Down here, there's not so much light, but that's okay for now. But like I said, we're going to work towards multiple beacons down there, at least 8 beacons. And more. Of course, every time I've been updating the map, there we go. It's not looking too bad out there. But that is where we will call it. So thank you everyone so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you all in the next one. Stay digital, y'all.